Hello, and welcome back to Nigerian Foodie Hub. Today we are going to be meal prepping something easy, something African. So if you like content like this, my name is Kosi, and let's get organized with some meal prep content. Start by seasoning your chicken with salt, smoked paprika, thyme, onion powder. If the spice ever gets stuck, rub one bottle on top the other. White pepper, parsley, adobo, chicken bullion, and garlic powder. Now feel free to add and subtract. Then add your olive oil. You don't need too much. Then rub in all those spices into that chicken. You need to make sure the chicken is colorful, it is well seasoned, and then you bake. Line up your baking tray. And while it marinates, preheat your oven to 350 degrees and then bake your chicken. This should be baked for about 40 minutes and broiled for about 10 minutes to get the crispiest top you've ever seen. Crispy. Next thing you want to do is prep your veggies for your jollof rice. So I start by chopping up the onions. You want to cut them anyhow you like. It doesn't have to be too fat, too thin, because by the time you saute it, it's going to deflate. It's gonna be crispy and deflated and soft. So you chop it up, and remember, the aim is never perfection. It doesn't have to be perfectly diced. I've been cooking for years and my onions still look like this when I cook. So just do your best. It doesn't have to come out perfectly. Once your onions are diced, you prep your base. Your base consists of 4 tomatoes. Can be Roma, can be the fat ones, whatever tomato you have. And then we have 3 red bell peppers and 3 scotch bonnets. That's my spice level, but you can go higher or lower, depends on you. Blend. And then when you blend it, it isn't supposed to be too smooth because you still want to be able to see some red specks when you make your jollof rice. So make it a rough blend, not a smooth blend, rough blend. Next, add some olive oil to your favorite pot. This is Betsy, and she's my Dutch oven pot. I love her so much. And you add as much oil as you need, and then fry your onions. I start with a little bit, and then I start adding all my onions because I want to make sure that the oil is hot enough to actually fry my onions. So give it a stir and make sure you fry till it becomes crispy. Not till it becomes translucent, till it becomes slightly brown but not burning, just a sweet spot in the middle. I'll show you what I mean. It's brown, but it's not burnt. Once you are sure that the oil has been infused with that onion flavor, you add some tomato paste. Now, I was feeling a bit bougie today, so I used Nigerian tomato paste. But normally, I would use the canned ones. But today, I was feeling bougie. So, use whatever you like and make sure you fry this tomato paste until it starts to split. You need to make sure it's basically falling apart in your pot. And once it's fried and darkened, you can add some garlic ginger paste. That was very last minute. And once that is done, you add your tomato pepper base and mix everything together until you have a darkish base. This is going to be the base of your jollof rice and is very, very full of flavor. Now, this is Nigerian jollof rice. Let it fry and let it darken, and you would get the concentration of flavor that you need for your jollof. While the base is doing its thing, we're going to move our attention to our broccoli. Yes, the greens. I know they're not popular, but we gotta infuse that vegetable into our diet any way we know how. So, vegetables are very easy to prep, and scissors come in handy in the kitchen. I don't know why it's taboo. I don't really see scissors. Is it scissors? I don't know. I don't really see scissors in people's kitchens. It's not only to cut packets of Indomie, you can also use it for veggies, veggies such as broccoli. And once your broccoli has been cut up, you want to season your broccoli. And it doesn't have to be too extra. You just add some salt, add pepper, and if you want to be a little bit extra, you add some lemon pepper seasoning, and that's it. So the base is still frying at this time. We are doing everything at the same time. We have the chicken in the oven, we have the base still frying, and you just want to check on your base, make sure everything is still going good. And by this time it has reduced. If you look at the top, that's where it's been reduced from. So you add your bay leaf to this. Bay leaf adds that unique jollof flavor, and then you add your beef bouillon, salt, curry powder, thyme, smoked paprika. I had to do the whole spice trick again, but it's very handy. It comes in handy, especially if you have those Amazon spice jars. And then this is some black pepper. I know people don't use it often, but it tastes really, really good in jollof rice. And then you stir your base. I need to add that your base needs to be a little bit salty, because we're not going to add any more salt once the rice is inside. So make sure your base is a little bit salty. As you can see, it's darker because of all the seasoning we've put in, and I tasted it and I decided to add a little more black pepper just to give it that balance of sweet and earthy. So while this is frying, we're going to check on our chicken, which has been baking. I think it's about 40 minutes. So we're going to check on the chicken. It's on broil right now. And yes, we have that crispy. It looks so good. It tasted even better. And we're going to take all the stock that the chicken produced and pour it into our chicken, because nothing goes to waste. And here's the washed rice. This rice must be washed. I did not record that, but I'm telling you, the rice must be washed, and it is parboiled rice. You can also use basmati rice. It tastes good. Add some water. Make sure the top of the rice is covered, and then you close up your pot. Let me introduce you to Betsy again. It's my favorite Dutch oven pot, and I got her on Amazon. She's so perfect for jollof rice. It gives the smokiest flavor. And I was too busy admiring Betsy that I forgot to film the first part of me putting olive oil into this frying pan. But you guys already know how broccoli is kind of sauteed. So I sauteed the broccoli and then added some water to let it steam. And this method, I don't really know where I learned it from, but it works for broccoli, and it makes your broccoli so nice. I wouldn't say tender, because it still maintains its crispiness, but it makes it so nice, like restaurant quality nice. And the seasoning really goes well with the flavor of the broccoli. So it doesn't taste like vegetable, it just tastes like something you would normally eat. Okay, so Betsy has been doing her thing, and we're seeing some smoke coming out. Don't open Betsy up. Don't open Betsy up, because we want that smokiness. And once she's ready, then you open it up. I let the rice steam for about 30 minutes and I was left with the fluffiest jollof rice. Now, if you want your rice to be redder than this, you have to add more tomato paste. But since I'm trying to go a bit healthy, I opt to add more vegetables than tomato paste. All in all, this tasted beautiful. It tasted so good and I can't wait for you guys to try it. This is what I'm going to be having for lunch for the whole of the week. I don't like to do too much because I don't want to get overwhelmed, but when you're meal prepping, simplicity is key. So simple jollof rice is great. So once I was done, I took the pot off the stove and carried it over to the counter. I rewarded myself with a little bit of broccoli. It feels like a reward. Well, I hope you guys have as much fun watching this or making this as I had filming this. So, if you like to see more content like this on a weekly basis, please let me know in the comments below. Leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. Let's meal prep together and get organized. Yes. Until next week. Bye.